Aloha Divine Pod. It's Unity Grace here. Just checking in. We're gonna just post this on a few little sites here. Yay. There we go. Posting. All right. Aloha fam. Hi Erica. I love aloha. It's very funny. It's cool. Hi Dana. Aloha fam. Thanks for joining in. Lots coming in, lots to share right now. We are really being immersed and the energy is flowing in. And so after this morning's LoveStream on the way to the gym, on the treadmill, lots more came in to share. So let's jump into it. I made a post on my page, and let's see who else is joining in. Star. There's Dana. She's saying Unity Grace. Salon. Hi, fam. Mr. Sandal Feezy. PureEnergy.love. For the best vibes in music, go to PureEnergy.love and join us at Lucidity for PureEnergy.love Dome, and just a total love affair with Divine. All right, so we'll jump into this piece. So after the morning's LoveStream and when I was at the gym on the treadmill, the guidance said, share the meditation from last night. So there is a lot going on in our internal worlds right now, which is why meditate. Go inward, take time during the day. Download the Meditate Me app by Kelly Howell if you need a good 5-minute quick meditation to help out. Get you in a whole brain state. Hi, Ruthie Joy, part of the Golden Pod, helping me out with all of this. Okay, so this is such an incredible and significant piece. So there's a lot going on in our internal world, our internal chemistry, our internal mechanics, and it's really cool and really exciting. So a lot of us are sharing what we are experiencing to perhaps assist each other along the way, and for things to recognize when we're in those internal realms and just when we're going about our beautiful day. So something I mentioned this morning, I've mentioned a few times now. It's been going on for me since around the time of the miracle blood moon, or not the blood moon, no, the solar eclipse. Go back to the solar eclipse on the 5th, the coordinate of the 5th. Extreme cold. So the bodies have been going through a lot of heat, alchemical, to burn out all the old pieces we don't need. And now the Kundalini is stabilizing in the chrysalis form. And there is this ice cold chill. Hi, Freedom. There is this ice cold chill going up our spine, the back of our skull, in our amygdala, our pineal, and all those great working parts that are designed exactly for this process. So ice cold chill, if you're feeling it, maybe you're not, but it's been really full on for me right through the back of the spine and the pineal, and then of course the super hot wings on the back that are hot to touch. Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
Nice day out.
It is a nice day. So, the cerebral spinal fluid is going into the chrysalis form, which is creating this icy cold chill. These are ascension mechanics of the physical form. And I posted a post by Colin Smith that he did some time ago, and it's very helpful for this piece that I am sharing. it shows the picture of the scarab. And I had a lovely lucid dream in the miracle, probably about 2 miracle nights ago, maybe 4 or 5, whatever. It's all a miracle. And it was very lucid, it was very sparse. I was in my tiny home, it was filled with light, kind of like a cocoon. And there was a spider that turned into a scarab and made a little cocoon around it on the wall. Now, years ago, I started to hear the message, flick the switch, and sat with a special elder who shared with me special things about a special nation and their wisdom of who we are. And at the end of our meeting, he looked me in the eye and said, flick the switch. So in the lucid dream, as the scarab was on the wall, the same words again, flick the switch. The little scarab was almost like a switch on the wall with a light bulb. So we are turning into light. Our DNA is specifically designed to attract photons of light to it. That's what those chains are designed to do, Jacob's ladder. And we get it spinning, and then all of a sudden it becomes its own little vortex, attracting more and more photons of light. It heats up. Everything opens up and turns on. It's all holographic, and lo and behold, the 64 codons that we are in just explode into completely new realms and realities. It's an inside job. So the lovers meet in the head. This is the piece that I keep sharing about, and that many have been working on for a long time. And of course, these are the normal teachings of the ascension process. Get that kundalini up. We've got to graduate out of the lower chakras, the lower nature, get it past the 3 lower chakras, in through the solar plexus, where our blueprint is programmed and designed to spin like a top. And as it spins, it turns mechanisms on in the higher nature. It starts to create the ascension process. We are sons. We are sons of God. We are stars. We are light beings turning on. So this is all part of simple ascension mechanics textbook. Okay, so the kundalini, we all know now how to keep up. We squeeze those intrinsic muscles, we do meditation, we pull it up, we use our breath, we do yoga, we do all kinds of things that work for us. And I, as you know, am a big advocate of Bikram's yoga, and I share it all the time. It gives you shiny skin because you sweat all the impurities out. And it is designed to activate all the endocrine system, bring the whole body into alignment, right and left hemispheres. It's basically designed for ascension mechanics. All these things we talk about, whole brain state, the activation of the pineal, which then activates the serotonin, which makes us happy, and happy makes us ascended, because it begins an alchemical process in the body that says we're going into new dimensions. Serotonin, gotta love serotonin, makes us happy. So, the scarab beetle, and the post that I put on my wall from Colin Smith, lifting the veil, who has done epic things, and I was so happy to come across a memory of his that I had shared from 5 years ago, and just dive back into his page, and he's just done such an excellent job of putting things together to help lift the veil. So, the kundalini rises up, so you could say in the root chakra that, that is the earth, and the top of the head is the heaven, whatever, this thing that has been pulling us all along, that wonderful divine union, it all occurs within us. It's not outside of us. Promise, promise, promise. So, when the kundalini goes from the bottom to the top of the head and stays there, which is a practice and a process, and don't ever let anyone tell you that enlightenment is a process that can't be figured out. Wrong. I say wrong. I disagree with that in totality. It is a mechanical process. See? The chimes agree. Sound effects department. Miss Elawan from the Pleiades is probably playing the sound effects board up there in the Pleiades right now. Okay, so enlightenment is a textbook process, and I insist anyone can do it. If they imply themselves, why couldn't they? As above, so below. Like all other things that we learn in this life, practice makes perfect. So there. So, the moment that it comes, yes, we could say might be unexpected. See, the chimes are going yes, but that's the joy and glory of it. But it doesn't say don't try to do it. It's like do the process. Get that kundalini up, get it activated, create pressure in the pineal, get all of those little finger-like structures, hair-like structures on the pineal moving, all of those crystals inside the pineal moving. What are crystals? They're holographic, right? We've got a head full of holographic crystals. We just got to get them activated. So I love Joe Dispenza's expression, break the habit of being yourself, do things that make you uncomfortable. If you're sluggish, go work out. Don't let your mind tell you you're tired, and get up in the middle of the night and do meditations, and don't do them lying down in bed. Sit up. Get up at 3 a.m. Joe does an excellent job in all of his teachings and his videos and his sharing and his books to show how all the chemistry of this works. Melatonin is at its highest levels in the middle of the night. It is a well-known practice to get up and meditate. Then lay back down, go into some fantastic lucid dreaming. And because now you've got a nice level of melatonin, which is regulating harmonically in your body, then you're going to get more serotonin flowing. Serotonin is key. That's why they said that the name of the daughter of Mary Magdalene, Jesus, was Sarah. Serotonin. Okay, so serotonin, we could actually say, is the incubation chemistry of the immaculate child within us. So we know for certain that last spring, around the Easter time, was when many of us were going through our conception, our immaculate conception. We were going through the final phases of bringing all the elements together within our consciousness, within our awareness, within our body vehicles, within our journeys, within our stories. We were collapsing the polarities. We were doing the final work through pieces. And let's say, even if you weren't conscious and you weren't doing it, that's okay, because this is like a magnetic tsunami wave. So maybe someone who's just been sitting around watching football is going to get the benefits, because that's how it works, because our DNA is all connected and communicating non-locally how a species ascends. Everyone has a different role. All right, the lovers. That kundalini, just keep working every day, every miracle, every moment, every trigger. Squeeze those intrinsic muscles, pull it up, go take some Bikram's yoga. Please. Just having fun. It's excellent, and you will thank me. I met a young woman when I was in Kauai last winter, and I had just come out of Bikram's all sweaty, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know there was Bikram's here." She said, "It saved my life when I was so depressed and on antidepressants, and I was just ready to end it, and I took Bikram's yoga, and in a month, everything was different." So we don't have to wait a month anymore. Just tell yourself it happens in an instant. Keep the kundalini up. If you are triggered, that means that the kundalini is asking in another way to be raised up. We are passing another test that is down in the lower 3 chakras. Tests. All right, so lots of us are doing really well. Lots of us have passed most of the tests, and the mechanics that are occurring now are the chrysalis, and it's beautiful and it's amazing. You close your eyes and it's just like full of light in there through the 5th gene. The 5th gene in Richard Rudd's book, The Gene Keys, talks about the light-brary. We are made of light, the serpent coiled at the base of the spine. We're rising it up. And what is really super cool with that amazing serpent at the base of the spine is when you get to start feeling it not rise up quickly like it used to in an orgasm, but when you get to feel it just move up your body slowly, now you're really connected to it and you go like, wow, this is raw power. How cool is this? And then sometimes instead of your spine twisting this way and that way, all of a sudden your spine is going in and out of you. And you go like, wow, this is something bigger and cosmic. It's bigger than I am, because it is moving my spine in directions I didn't know were possible, because it is a greater natural energy flowing through. If this love stream is helpful, please share. Gifting economy. Gift what we can and share, share, share. Circulate. Let's get it out there. So, the Kundalini, when it starts to stay at the top of the head, which is a wonderful thing, because then the energy vortex really starts to flow around us. We become magnetic. We start to draw in synchronicities. We start to draw in opportunities. It's the cutest little puppy coming down the stairs. My goodness. Hang on, let's just say hi. Oh my gosh, look at him. It's really cute. So fluffy. Okay, so now the energy starts to stay up. Now we start to have really cool experiences, the lovers. So, a lot of people feel like maybe they found their twin flame, twin ray, whatever you call it, along the way. Well, we found each other to work things out, because on this planet Earth there hasn't been a whole lot of twin ray going on, which is the sharing of an aura between two beings. And I haven't seen too much of that going on yet, because in order to get there, one has to become sovereign in their energy field, no energy leakage. Unified with creation. One little light ship Merkaba per person. Then true twin ray activations can begin to occur. They occur from a completely different place, and it's not from need, and it's not from wanting, and it's not from trying. Those are all the tests to help us become sovereign. Once the Kundalini stays risen in the top of the head, the vortex begins to spiral, and in the meditation we have this cool thing called the thalamic gate. I had a really good experience with mine in December of 2017. Went through the gates once and for all, and that's when the transmissions coming through became exponential. Just move over, Missy, and let your higher self come through, which is what happened. So the higher selves are informants. So in my meditation last night with Miss Elowan and Ruthie Joy, some really powerful things happened, which was the lovely being that brought in the codes of the twin ray with me, who is not present in my existence, was suddenly inside of my head in a very holographic way. And it is something that I had not been thinking about. Oh, please. Oh, what a happy little one. Hi. Hi. So cute. Happy little one. So adorable. All right. So yes, these ones that we have been working our twin ray codes with may start appearing inside of the head. When the energy stays up, see, keep in mind, everything is symbolic. Everything, everyone has represented something symbolic to us. You don't hang on to the thing outside of you. It's all symbolism from your higher self communicating with you to get you through the corn maze. was a corn maze when it all went GMO, but that's another topic because we just loved it all back home to the real thing. So the higher self has been helping us through the corn maze. So everything in the lower realms is symbolic. That's a fact. It's a symbolic reality. Okay. So the energy that I am experiencing in my own physical flesh is very Buddhic, very profound, very high vibratory. And in the meditation, all of a sudden I was in a pool with the symbolic representation of my twin ray. We were together and it was this amazing chrysalis pool. Those were the words that I heard, and our heads were together. And it was very holographic. I could reach out and touch it. I was inside of it simultaneous. And the serotonin levels have increased dramatically since the experience. So when I was on the treadmill today, the guidance said do another LoveStream and share the piece that Colin Smith had put on his Lifting of the Veils site. I believe it was his actual post and not something someone else shared, but it's on my page. Go look at it. The beetle, the scarab beetle, looks like the brain. The thalamic gate right there where that lovely pineal is. So the chrysalis pool, and what the guidance was showing me is how everything in the brain is turning liquid. Because when the lovers unify, which is the energy from the bottom to the top, back down again, and everything is spinning and spiraling, whatever is our symbolic representation of a lovely twin flame or a lovely twin ray is going to show up. Going to show up in a symbolic way. Get my backpack on here, go for a little walk. There's this amazing cloud bank here. We're in the Victoria Harbour. Take you for a little pretty walk. Okay. It's nice to share the beauty of the city. So the symbolic representation is going to show up inside of us. Whatever it looks like to us is going to show up, because it's going to tell you that you are achieving a specific mechanic within you, which means all those parts inside the head are turning to the chrysalis, they're turning to plasma, they're turning to liquid. If a scientist opened our head right now, would they see that? Well, hopefully they're not going to open our head because it's happening. It's like if you punched a hole inside a cocoon while the cocoon was in its chrysalis. Wouldn't be very good for the butterfly. But the extremely cold temperature inside the spinal fluid and the head is a very good indication. And the amazing thing about our higher selves are extremely loving and informative to let us know what is going on inside of us. So I invite people again not to get distracted with the beloved twin flame, twin ray, all those things outside of the self. Just stay focused on the practice of going inward. Make communion with our gorgeous, beautiful, beloved I am, higher self, future self, whatever we want to call it. This nice, beautiful work of art. So pretty. Yes. Stay focused. It's an inside job. We're lighting up, we're turning into light, we're turning into plasma. It's quite exciting because pure plasma is what, oh, there's a seal in the harbor. I love them. I call them sea dogs. They're so cute. I don't think you could see them. I'll share. You can just see where no, you can't see them, but oh my goodness. Look at that. So pretty. And that big fog bank. One more little view of the harbor. Ooh, Victoria, British Columbia. I'll be on. Yeah, so check out Colin's post I put on my page. I think I might have linked it to this LoveStream as well. There's another really cool one I put on my page, which was from 5 years ago from his site, and it's about Jesus and Zeus and all of that, and 13 and the 144,000 nerve endings, and all of those things, the 12 tribes plus one, all of these symbolic things that have great meaning in our ascension process within, that give us the inner standing to go, oh my God, this all makes sense. It's really cool. So, and another thing that came through today when I was on the treadmill at the gym was just simply, we love we. So, if you're having a hard time, it might be because you're still in the lower chakras. You know, when we're focused on greed, when money is more important than relationships and trees and the sky and the water, when competition and control and power, it's not power, it's force, that was the old system. When those things are more important than connecting with each other, or connecting with nature, or caring for each other, or loving each other and nature and all these beautiful things that creation has given us on this earth plane, well, it's just not going to feel very good right now. So take heed, follow the instructions, raise the kundalini up, do some meditation, get in the canoe with all the others, because there's a whole, what should I say, pod of lovers on the earth that have been loving for a really long time to be in alignment with this. And everybody is worthy to be a part of it. Just follow the instructions. Simple. And get involved in communal projects, because being part of a pod right now, being part of a greater purpose than ourselves is where it's at. And we will find that we are much happier. Show you the view once again because it's so pretty. Yeah, I'll do it like this so you can see the view too. Spectacular. Be part of community. Be part of communal projects, gift our gifts to each other, help, celebrate, be part of a greater purpose. And then we will find it is easy to get out of our head and our problems, because problems don't exist, they're not real. And this is what we shipped for, mates, to come together, to ascend together, to rise together, to play together, to walk through the stargates. Does that look real behind me? Now come on. It's beautiful, holographic. It's just, I'm saying. So we do it together. Gift everything you can to each other, and then suddenly we discover that those things that maybe interfered a little bit, like the bottom line or a dollar, aren't so relevant. It's love and laughter and compassion and togetherness that really matters. Yes? Okay. So those are a few helpful tips for everyone that I felt to share. Check out Colin's thing on the scarab beetle so that you have some coordinates in your head when you go into your meditations and you go, I get it, don't get distracted with these things outside the self. Keep working on the mechanics. We're climbing the climbing wall, and we're having profound experiences together. Wow, we get to share this and communicate about it. And so that feels amazing and full for sharing right now, and I feel to just keep sharing today. Yahweh say nay miracle, because I don't think of a day as time. It's just a word. We have really, what have we done? We have overcome the inertia, and there is a lot of profound energy flowing within us. So share, share, share. If this is a helpful love stream, please share on all your pages. If you feel to help others, I'm just sharing what I can. Invite us all to share what we can to help each other. And I have been ending these love streams, the last few ones, with a little light language, because English is like our second language, or third or fourth or whatever. Our real language is light, because we are made of light, and that is true. Look at all that light. A lot of light back there. All right, so let's finish with a little light language symphony, as beautiful Michael Patton named it yesterday. So I'll speak it together. And we will see each other in the miracle. Look, they're chiming in also. Even our wonderful police force can speak light language. It's programmed in all of us. Okay, so here we go. Koiana tiana to koechi, tiana to koin, aru kono to toe. Na taia shana to koi, atu ni tia ruku ni te ruku. Boiane ki ari tianei. Nashtiane ne te kokoni. Anuchi ni tia karan ruku kori. Baiana ke ano koiana tiana to kaiai. Ana hoe ti chinatai. Aho. Aloha. Love, love, love. Love in the miracle.